Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Subrata Sarkar. I'm a mechanical engineer working on manufacturing industry more than 22 years. Today, I'll discuss a very common topic, that is meeting management. How the good meeting can be conducted and the result get from the meeting. We all attend, those who are working in offices in different capacities, different types, different sectors. But a meeting is a common thing which you'll find across every organization, because to organization to perform, the meeting is very much needed. Now, how to conduct an effective meeting actually, it will discuss today so that we can get something out of the meeting actually. Now, you'll find that in many organizations that this is the typical actually picture of the corporate meeting normally happens in many organizations. But in many times you'll find that meeting is called, 10 a.m. meeting is called, but nobody is there on the conference room. Room is totally blank. People are not coming actually. People are still waiting that somebody will call up, then they will attend the meeting actually. In many organizations, so-called professional organizations, big organizations, this situation you'll find that. Then maybe some secretary, then maybe some assistants will call up all the person be just 5 minutes before or just time is over, then the people will start coming, then 15-20 minutes is already gone for all the people actually. But you'll find also some people, they are coming on time, exactly on time actually. In most of the cases, the person who called the meeting, he comes on time, but the rest of the people is not coming. Then they start calling, then people will come, meeting will start after 30 minutes, 15 minutes. This is a very unprofessional way actually. There are many people find that they are so busy, so exactly other people come, then only call me, then I will come. That is also totally wrong approach actually. Many times what happens, you need 4 people to call in the meeting and you are calling 20 people, they are sitting, and not contributing anything and wasting company's time and money. So that is also happened many times. So be very precise depending on the agenda, who are the right person to contribute in a meeting, then only call them. Otherwise, don't call other extra people actually. But many times what happened, we also think that say only one person is called meeting, maybe 2 or 3 person is meeting. Some people think that this can be done over phone also. You can call 1 or 2 person over phone and just what is the need of sitting face to face and discussion with the 2%. Communication is such thing, something when somebody is talking over phone and discussion face to face is a hell lot of difference actually. You can get a lot of things on the body language of the people actually, what can be done, what cannot be done, what are the things actually. So face to face interaction is more effective when needed actually many times. Many times you'll find that there's things called meeting and eating. Meeting is continuously from morning 10 a.m. then continuously maybe lunches come on the meeting room. People are having lunch and discussing. Then the evening tea has also come whole day. So this is very, very unprofessional way of doing meeting actually. Many times also what happens, people come on the meeting on time with their laptops or the files, the documents, paper. But they are busy on their laptop, not on the meeting. They are physically present in the meeting, but mentally they are not present in the meeting. This is also very unprofessional behavior in the meeting. And many times it happens that meeting is only one way. The person sitting on the board, on the center of the table, he is just instructing all bullets come from him only, and the participants are absorbing this. This is also not a good way of conducting a meeting actually. Meeting should be interactive actually, like everybody will participate, then you will find a good result from the meeting. In one of my previous company, they used to follow some Japanese techniques that is called Gemba meeting. Gemba means in Japanese word on the spot, where the things is there, you do meeting over there. Don't do any meeting on the conference room or the office meeting room. All 100% production meeting every day, that is DWM, used to call daily work management. That has to happen on the factory floor or the production area where the things is there actually. This is much more effective actually. All the Japanese, Korean people, they pay, even the Chinese are nowadays use this Gemba concept of doing meeting, not discussing meeting on the offices actually. That is much more effective. And nowadays, because when you are comfortably sitting in a air-conditioned room, conference room, tea, coffee, all these things comes, actually basically people are wasting time actually. And if you are in a standing position, you cannot continue meeting for 4 hours, 3 hours actually. That is another reason actually, indirect reason. To take decision, it doesn't take 3 hours, 4 hours actually. The person who has a very good quality of decisiveness, he can take decision in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, provided the information comes properly. In most of the organization, people, even the meeting is over, no decision is taken. This situation also comes. But many organizations, total duration of the meeting is 15 minutes maximum, and out of which a lot of decision is taken. So it depends on the culture of the organization, how they, meeting culture actually established, and there is a effectiveness of the meeting actually. Even nowadays, you will find in a lot of banks, they have a standing meeting. Even in HDFC Bank, I have visited many times in the early morning, in the 9 a.m. sharp. So 9 to 9:15, they have a standing meeting. So these are the things which are much more effective actually. And many times you'll find that before meeting, some person actually, they target another one person who will be, smashing today in the meeting actually. So that is also very important as the individual or the participant to understand actually what is going to happen in a meeting. I'll share one data about the meeting. You'll be very, very surprised. Data is every day in the whole world, 83 million people attended meeting in organizations perspective or whatever with the organization, and total number of the meeting conducted on an average is 11 million per day in the whole world. So you can imagine if those 50% meetings are, that no decision is taken, 50% meetings that continue for 2 hours, 3 hours. So what is the wastage of the time of the organization actually? And time is money. So a lot of money is if you're meeting, you are conducting a meeting for 4 hours, no result comes. Basically you are losing money for the making 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs rupees loss for the company by conducting a meeting actually. People need to understand. Now, for preparing a good meeting, we need to remember a few things actually. Number one, what is the purpose of the meeting? Many times people are called up for a meeting, they don't know what is the purpose of the meeting. Who should be there in the meeting? That's very important. Before that, reserve the room. Many times what happens, suddenly call the meeting, sit for the meeting hall, somebody comes and open the door, oh, you are in a meeting, so we have another meeting to schedule after half an hour. So this is a very unprofessional way of conducting a meeting. Many times meeting is called, what is the agenda? Don't know. People don't know. Agenda should be distributed prior, maybe 2 days, 3 days. But many people think that meeting is thought of only just today, how the agenda can be given 2 days before. So those are the unprofessional way of calling meeting actually. And people are not so what I say, professional, structured. That is the reason this type of situation comes. And also those who are the participant, what the preparation participant should do and come in the meeting, that needs to be communicated very clear, and somebody should check that preparation has been done or not before. That's very, very important actually. Some common points of the meeting, like everybody should take the meeting very seriously actually. Many times many people don't take the meeting seriously. That's not a good sign for the organization. And meeting must be, whatever with the discussion done in the meeting, decision taken in the meeting, that has to be through a deadline specific. Many times what happens, yes, deadline is given in the meeting, but after that nobody takes care, whether the deadline is met or not. So, so the follow-up of the meeting agenda and the, deadline decided, that is also very, very important factor for, any meeting actually. And many times, some people, meeting, one of the main etiquette is meeting, we should not debate actually anything. And we should not talk privately. When some meeting is going on and somebody is doing some, side talking, that is also not very good actually. Many times, which are called disruptive behavior in a meeting, few people, 1 or 2 people come in late in the meeting, so 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then they again start, could you please just summarize what you have discussed 10 minutes before? Then the meeting totally got diverted actually. This is not a right way actually. People must come in right time actually. In one of my previous company, if you were come 5 minutes less in a meeting, whatever be your position, maybe you are a president of the company, vice president, or the plant head and the general manager, you are not allowed for the meeting on that day. In front of the junior, that is other people call, you are too early for tomorrow's meeting. So today's meeting entry is over for you today. So that is very, very important actually. So because that is a disruption behavior of the people, but many senior people doesn't understand this actually. They think that I'm the senior person, I'm busy with a lot of other things, so I have the right to come to attend the meeting in 5 minutes late. That's totally wrong. You check the culture in the Japanese, those who are working, culture in the Chinese organization, you will not find such type of things. There are many people, argumentative actually. In the meeting they create a lot of situation which actually, directed for arguments. Actually, we should not go for that. There is one thing called, technically called, meeting diversion. Many people are there in the organization. Some agenda is given, everybody is prepared, come in the meeting, and one person is, just ignite another subject topic, and the total meeting got disturbed actually, and some open or ignited topic is given, so everybody got serious on that topic, total meeting is out of the line. It depends on the person who is conducting the meeting. There are persons who are very strict and professional conducting on the meeting. I've seen one of my senior colleague in other organization. He used to call parking lot of the idea. If we have some other topic, we'll discuss in a separate meeting, not in this meeting. Your idea is kept on the parking lot. We'll discuss later. Maybe after this meeting, we'll call up another meeting, then we'll discuss. Not in this meeting. This meeting is called for some other agenda. We'll discuss and stick to the agenda only. So it depends. This is called a gripper of the meeting actually. What can be changed in the meeting, what cannot be changed in the meeting. This is the meeting person who is conducting the meeting needs to, stake on it actually. But in the meeting, everybody should have the freeness to give opinion actually. That's very important. And you can find the characteristics where the meeting is a negative meeting is going on or a positive meeting is gone, just finished. You can check actually. If you find that 50% participant has not come, it's not sign of good meeting actually. If you find that length is a too lengthy meeting, 3 or 4 hours, this is not a sign of the good meeting. And if you find that there is a lack of listening in the meeting actually, that is also not a good sign. If you find there's a poor presentation and preparation of the meeting, that is also not a good sign of the meeting. So meeting is done well or not, you can also identify actually. Now to conduct a meeting, number one point is, as I said from the beginning, meeting must be started on time. Those who will not come on time, they should not be allowed to enter in the meeting room, whosoever he is. So if we practice such things, situational improve actually. Review should be sticked on the agenda. No other subject will be discussed, and the decision, everything needs to be written down, minutes of meeting, and very summarization of the discussion has to be happen at the end of the meeting. After that, agenda needs to be distributed in the proper way, and after that, whatever the time frame has been decided, that needs to be followed up by some people, so that is people are maintaining or not actually. So if you find these informations are informative and effective, you can share with your friends. If you have not yet subscribed my YouTube channel, you can subscribe my YouTube channel by clicking on this bell icon. You can get notification for my future presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.